Are you looking for an inspiration for your next or maybe first nano shrimp tank? How about something very simple that requires no filter and almost no maintenance? This tank is really easy to make, requires almost no skill or experience, is relatively cheap to build, can be placed anywhere or even easily moved from one place to another. And today I will show you step by step how I created it and how easy you can replicate it yourself. So let's jump right to it. This is the tank that I selected for this build. It is a 20 cm cube that holds around 8 liters of water. So it's a very good starting size for a small nano shrimp tank that you can place anywhere. Right next to it, I'm placing this very simple 5 watts LED light. And this is basically all the equipment that will be needed for this setup. So now we can already jump into scaping. First thing I need to do is put some soil inside. I'm using quite a lot this time because plants that I'm planning to use have quite strong root system and are quite strong root feeders. In the end, I used 1.5 of those jugs. As you can see, I made quite a big slope here. At the back, there is around 7 centimeters of substrate, and in the front, it's about 3, maybe 4 centimeters. And now, to keep all of it more or less in one place, I will put some rocks inside. For this setup, I decided to go for dragon stones. They have a lot of details on them and have perfect texture to create interesting tanks, especially when you have very little space to work with. And all of those tiny details on those rocks will make the tank look bigger. So what I would like to achieve here is to create something like a canyon with a lot of space for planting. And look at this! With only few moves and 3 small dragon stones, I already have a great looking starting point. And this barrier from those rocks will lock the soil exactly where I want it. But to make it more consistent, I'm placing even smaller rocks at the front. This completes the look very well. Just look at this, it looks great! It's very easy to achieve and it really took me no longer than 3 minutes. And I have perfect planting spots ready to be used. So let's move to that part. You might think that this is a perfect base for some carpeting plants, and you would be correct, but this time I will do something different. I will fill it in with this Lobelia Cardinalis mini. I always liked this plant for some reason. It looks really beautiful, stays super green in almost all my tanks, it grows without any problems, and for some reason I almost never get any algae on it. And I think that it will fit perfectly together with those rocks. To plant the entire cube I will use only 1 cup, so the cost will also stay relatively low. Because it is an in vitro plant, I do the usual. I open the cup, take the plant out, and wash off the gel it comes with. Next, I'm dividing it into small portions that I will spread through entire tank. Look how many plants I got from a single cup. This is just fantastic stuff. And they look really good, very healthy, strong roots, very good quality. So let's plant them. Before I start, I gave the tank a good spray to make the process a little bit easier. And now, one by one, I plant those individual plants all over the tank. You see from here how important it was to leave those gaps for planting. With each piece, this nano tank looks more alive. Look at this, it looks great already. And this is exactly why I went for Lobelia. Because they have relatively big leaves, they create this great contrast with those rocks. And it's very easy to achieve such a great result with very little effort. You can really try it yourself. But okay, it's time to fill it with water and wait for the final result. And here we are after just few weeks. Plants are doing just fantastic, they are growing really fast and look super healthy. Just look at those colors. They are so vibrant and clean. There's zero algae in this tank, so all the rocks look very clean as well. Since the start, I didn't have to clean the glass or rocks from anything, not even once. All I do right now is top off the water that evaporates, and that's it. I only made few small water changes at the start of this tank. And look at this water surface. There is nothing there. It's actually very unusual that the tank with no filter and no surface agitation would have such a clean surface. But here it is. It's just perfect. And remember what I've said about the beginning, about the size? Well, because it's so small, it's also very light, so I can move it around. I often start with placing my nano tanks right next to my working area, just to keep an eye on them. Besides, it looks amazing as a decoration for my desk. But later, I move my tanks to my tank wall. It takes no longer than a few seconds, because there is also no equipment other than light. So, one plug and no tubing. Right now there are 2 corona snails and few cherry shrimp inside, and they are all doing really well. They seem to be happy with their new home, they have great colors on them, and I had 0 deaths or any other problems. In general, this tank looks and works great for me, and I cannot be happier with how it turned out. So I strongly encourage you to try something like this yourself. You've seen how easy it is. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. Like the video if you want to help me out. But for now, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.